So today I'm going to share a fudge recipe with you, and the reason for this is that it's quite a heavy product, so you could potentially toss it over the wall to your neighbor if you wanted to be a little friendly. My neighbors are a little far and I don't think my arms have quite that power, so I have a different plan to share my fudge with the neighbor. The most important ingredient to make fudge is a seriously good quality pot with a thick based bottom, because fudge burns so easily. You'll need 1 kilogram of sugar, a cup of milk, a tin of condensed milk, 125 grams of butter, and a tablespoon of golden syrup. Put everything in the pot and dissolve over low heat. And the only time you need to stir is to make sure that it doesn't burn on the bottom, so there's no need to stir non-stop, but do stir now and then, else it will definitely burn. Then the second most important tip is that the sugar has got to dissolve before the fudge boils. Once all the sugar is dissolved, then you turn the heat up. Then boil the fudge until it reaches soft boil stage, which is 115 degrees Celsius on a sugar thermometer. If you don't have a sugar thermometer, you can drop a spoonful of fudge into a cup of cold water, and it should feel like a soft ball when you take it out with your fingers. Then give it a good whip to cool down a bit. I normally put it into my Kenwood mixer, but you can use a whisk or even a wooden spoon. You'll see the color change as it cools down. Pour into a greased dish and allow to cool slightly before cutting into squares. A few years ago I lived in India for a bit and made this fudge for my friends there. And then, a few years later, they visited me on the farm here. And then one day I took them for sundowners, and you can see for miles and miles. And they stood there admiring the view and commented that, "Oh my gosh, we've been here for 3 days, Adrian, and we haven't seen a single other car, a single other human. Like, it seems almost impossible." So if you have a neighbor closer than I do, share your fudge, because God loves a cheerful giver.